everybody, welcome to Carmen, Katharine's Wreath. Today we are going to do my Nana Fanner's Snowman Wreath. Nana Fanner died this past October and we were very close. Her favorite color is blue lights, white Christmas tree, and she loves snowmen. Snowmen were one of her favorite things. So I made a snowman wreath, and I made it in many different colors, red, green. You can do it in all different colors. It is the old school curl style with a pull through that we're going to do today. And just so everybody knows, I made this one today because I ran out of all the stuff I used last year. So this is leftover stuff I made today so I can show you what we're making. But I normally have the white snowflake organza fabric that we cut in half because it comes in the 21-inch roll, and then we put half of it on the back and half of it in the front, and in between it is 2 rolls of another color when we do the teal and the snowflake. The back of it, we cover that so you don't see anything on the back, and for people to hang it, you are going to put a ribbon on the back because this is all full. This is the old school that we're doing. As you can see, nice tight little curls. It is a beautiful wreath. Everybody went crazy over it. I had no intentions of selling her, but I made it because I missed my Nana, and everybody went crazy over it. It was my biggest and most popular wreath last year. Now, it's kind of like a shadow box wreath. I had several of them. I've done different. I always usually put a snowman in the center. With this one, I had a blue Christmas tree. I thought it was appealing and pretty. I put a snow sled in the center before, so it is a shadow box that we create in the center. So really big. Customers will love it. I found these little teddy bears I got last year when the holiday was over, and you can actually hang them with your Christmas tree hooks. Each wreath is different, and it's up to your customer what colors they want. This just happened to be what I had in my storage bin for Christmas. So, I love the snowman, as you can tell. This one came from Walgreens. He's a little bit different. This one, I actually got him at Walmart. It's $1.98. It's Christmas time ornaments that you get once a year. And this happened to be it. It's real foam. It sticks real good, and you can put it on your tree, put it on wreaths, anything. So this I got there. However, I have made them before, and it's only 2 sizes that you're going to use, and you put a toothpick here, and you put a little dab of hot glue, and you put the other one on top of it. You can get the little, this is burlap, the little hats. They actually make them at Walmart too. I saw them where all the letters and stuff are. It's in a little pack. You'll see the little burlap cut hats. You have to put your little, it's like a little foamy thing on the top of it, but you can make your own. But these are really cheap. They come out every year, $1.98. So, and as everybody knows, probably like me, we always do the holiday shopping after the holiday and get deals. Well, all I had left for Christmas time was green. So we're going to do the red and green. It's a traditional color. Again, these were $2 a piece. I think it was like actually $1.50 a piece. Got them for like 75 cents at the end of our season when everything went on clearance. So I have a couple of those. So we're definitely doing green. This is what I used on my other ones too. And I got those at Walmart. You got your snowflakes. I have a few. I think I'll have enough to put on to give it that little Christmassy touch. And then you have your pine cones. Now, I got this big tub of pine cones with the white snow on it. This one actually came from Target. They had a whole box of them. It was like $5. And then I got these. I believe I got these at Walmart too. Every year they come out with them. This is another holiday little thing that you can put on your tree. I put it on wreaths. You get your little drummer things. Again, anything you can put on a tree, you can put on wreaths. I do have these. I don't think I'm going to use these, but if I do, we'll see as I go. But again, these little ornaments, they were $1.98. I think I paid like 90 cents on them. They were half off. And of course, you're going to need your little Christmas hooks. 98 cents. Not bad. And then these are another thing. So I'm a grandmother. I have 4 grandchildren. And it means so much to get little pictures of them. And this is just a big thing for moms and grandmas. You can put it on it and you can give it as gifts. Again, this was with the Christmas decorations we have every year. So now I'm going to go over what we need. You are going to need some ribbon, as I said, so you can hang it. This is the old curl, very full, and sometimes it's a little bit too heavy. And if you use a wreath wire thing on your door, it might bend or fall off. So I always use ribbon at the very top. You're going to need 4 packs of these, and we're going to cut them in half. So it's about 100 a piece. 100 of green and 100 of red. Today I'm using the metallic red and the metallic green. I got 2 rolls of red and 2 rolls of green. They are 10 inches and 10 yards, 10 by 10. Now, I am going to tell you I'm using a 14-inch wire. Anything bigger than this, you need to use your 21-inch mesh because you're pulling it out. So the bigger this is, the more fluffier you want it, you're going to need the bigger mesh. So I just want to show you that. And this is a beautiful new color that Paper Mart came out with. It's called Sky Blue. Love it. Beautiful. I can't wait to get into that one. So what I meant by that, so here's the bigger one. So when we use this on 14 and under, you see your little curls here? When I mean it gets bigger, so the bigger the wire is, the bigger the fluff you want. And you actually pull everything out and you fluff it out at the end. And that's what we call your curl. And then we pull it through to give it the blended 2 shades, which gives it it's a classy, beautiful way to make a wreath. So I did this so I could show you what I meant. So the bigger the wire is, the bigger the mesh needs to be. So anything over 15, like I said, you need the whole one. See how much fatter that is? Because that's a 21-inch. So we're not going to do this one today. I just wanted to show you why it's important. If you do, all you have is 21-inch and you're making the smaller wreath, then you can cut it in half. If you cut it in half, I do recommend that you use a wood burner. This is the tip. It is a plaid wood burner. And you want the plaid wood burner that is a dual use. It's the 2-in-1 craft tool. On the back of it shows you. That's a stencil. That is like the one we're using. Inside of it, you're going to see all different types. The one you want has a teeny little hook. It's not like anything in here. All right? That's the one you want to use. So that will be another wreath in a little while. So now we're going to get started on making her. So because the way I'm doing it, the red is going to be these 2 wires. I do use all 4 wires for this wreath. I know many of you don't. You use only 3. I use all 4. So we're going to go ahead and open these up, and then we're going to start our first roll. So our inside roll, the 4th roll, is going on the outside of your ring. Okay, so I did want to tell you, so I got my mesh from Paper Mart. It is a $2.02 for your metallic strip ones. If you're trying to save money, it's $2.99 a 21-inch roll. I use the 10-inch on the smaller wreaths. It's easier to work through and easier to form. So far as the snow, the white snow that you would use on this is called Snowflake Organic fabric. It comes out once a year. It's a snowflake type. It's not mesh. It's a fabric thing. And you would cut that in half because it only comes in 21-inch rolls. And you would use half here and half here, and then you do the pull through with it. I did find at Joann's, they had the red organza fabric, and it's called Reindeer. And it's just like that, but it's red, and it's really pretty. It has little stars and a little bit of snow in it. It's really pretty. So if you're doing like a red and green and you want to use like that type, you can. Craft Outlet has what's called Snowball Mesh, and it's got little strands of snowballs through it. It's not the full snowflake. It's a snowball. But it is a little bit more far as cost if you buy that. But I like it. I've used it before. It's beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and start. You're going to take your mesh, you're going to fold it in half, and I fold it again. You're going to form it. Now, what I do is I always go by my hand. It's one hand. And you're going to go at the end. Now remember, it's going to be tight, but you're going to want to do it like this because that's how you make your curl. Now, it's not going to be your whole hand that ends up. It's going to be like right from there to there. I measured it as my hand because you're going to have a little slack. So it's like a little bit over, like 3/4 of my hand that's going to stick out. You're going to take your pipe cleaner, and I have the ones from last holiday. You're going to put it around and make sure that it's very tight. Sorry about that. Then you are going to tie it. And then what we do is, and anyone that's old school, we already know what we're doing. We put it around the bar. And the reason why I use the ribbon is because this is going to be so full. And the ribbon is how you hold it. It's just going to be harder to hold this on. Actually, I get many requests for this type. So you're going to go all the way around and do one roll of this. And don't worry about the back because we do cover that up. It's really easy to cover up. It's not hard at all. So, and as you do this, you are going to measure it. Make sure that it is the same height as the first one. And you're going to go all the way around like that because you don't want your wreath to be lopsided or not round. And this is how we make it round. So I know I've seen many of you guys online that do the curls still. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is the one thing I learned as a child how to do. I never did the wreaths the other way until I got older, so this is easy. So we're going to go ahead and you're going to pull it all the way around. Like I said, you can pull it through, make sure that it's nice and tight. You're going to go all the way around. These are a little bit thinner than our other pipe cleaners because those are fatter that I used. I like these. They're a lot thinner and easier to move. Now in each little ring right here, I do 4 in the inside. So as you go around, you're going to see this is a little bit thinner than what I'm used to, so I'll probably do 5. The thicker one, I did 4. So this will probably, I'll do 5 on this. So remember, it looks totally different when you're done. So go all the way around your wreath and put 5 in each little hole in between each bracket. Make sure you wrap it really tight. Okay, so when you are completely done, it's going to be like this. Nice and pretty. But you're going to want to go on your last row, you're going to actually do a 6th one. You're going to attach it around your bar. Then you're going to take the part that we cut off. Make sure you got about 2 to 3 inches. And you're going to secure it really good to that bar. Because just like what I said with fraying, it can splinter and ruin your whole thing. So you want that little extra though, and you're going to attach it. And you're not going to see it because we're going to cover it up. So when we apply our next roll, you are actually going to put it on the opposite side because you don't want that bump on one side. It's going to be really hard to get through if you do it like that. So again, you're going to take your mesh And you're going to measure it, and it should be the size of your hand. And like we do, we fold it twice. You're going to pull it through one size of your hand, and you're only pulling it through 3/4 of a hand because you need that little extra. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to push it through. You want this layer to have a little bit over it too, so that's why I said you're not using the whole hand. But as you go through, it's going to go over, and you're not going to see that because it goes into the next one. So we are going to underneath your bar, over, because it's your second bar in, as tight as you can, twist, go under. You're going to fill up this whole second row. And because you're using 2 rows, not 3, of the red, I usually don't sometimes I only do like 3 here, not 4. We'll see how it gets. This is a little bit thinner than the normal fabric, so I might do 4. I might just go ahead and do 4. But you're going to pull this up so you can push it in. See how you have that right there? Otherwise, if you're trying to put it in here, you're going to have a hard time. So, this is why we call it the pull through. Remember, always the second one after, you're going to have the little fuzzies from the first one. They're not going to see that. But this is what keeps it secure. Make sure it's all even too. So measure your mesh next to the other one. It should always be the same size. You might get a couple that are smaller. It's okay. Nobody's perfect, but I always try to measure it. You're going to go around, pull that under, over. When I see people on the different wreath groups and they talk about pull or curl through, I know what that is. I grew up doing this, so this is the old style. But I love it because it really does. It gives it almost like it's like a ruffling. So I love it. It's curly. Makes it nice and full. And believe it or not, people rather have this than the other type. They like this style with the mesh. So now I will tell you that if you're using burlap is a little bit thicker. So you're going to have to go like with your ribbon if you use the burlap. You don't really go with your mesh. It'll be like a 4-inch ribbon to do this. Because otherwise it's going to be way, way too fat and you're not going to be able to do it. So just go ahead and go around. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut the mesh. Now in the back you're going to see the little piece right here. Just leave it there because I need that room right there. So that can be there. It's fine. And remember, we cover this all up, so it's not a big deal. So you're going to go ahead and pull it through again. You want it. It's going to be a little bit shorter. Each one is always a little bit shorter, maybe 1/4 of an inch shorter, and that's what you want. And same thing you're going to do with the hand. Measure it, pull it through. I hear my dogs hitting the doorbell to go out. So go ahead and pull through and fill up this whole roll. Remember that little piece goes underneath your next one. Make sure it's even and go all the way through. Now because it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. This one was 5, this one was 4, and you might be able to get away with 3. I think it's still going to be 4. As you go, you're going to see what you do. I think it's still going to be 4, to be honest with you. Okay, so that was the hard part, the 2 centers. So you have 3 right now. Can you imagine how full that's going to be once we fluff it up? So we are going to put our outer layer in. Again, measure it to your hand. It's going to go through the 4th loop. And this one is okay to be just a tad bit longer because these 2 you pull through. It's kind of like ruffling, but we pull it all the way through after we fluff these out. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to attach it. And this is the easiest roll because you have nothing you're fighting with your fingers. My fingers get really sore after doing this type of wreath. So I'm going to go ahead and secure it. The reason why we use the green is because it matches your mesh, especially when you get the Christmas ones. So you can't see anything. It looks like it's part of your mesh. But remember, it's got to be a little bit bigger, like an inch. I think it's more like an inch than a quarter. So I'm going to go ahead and do your last row. Remember to measure it. Everything should be measured. Next, sorry about that lint. So, this is the easiest one. It's easy to pull it through, but I don't want you to get in a rush and not make sure they're the same length, because it's going to make a difference in when you form your wreath and you pull it through nice and tight, and you want it to be the same size all the way around. If you have it smaller or longer, you're going to ruin the size of it, because this kind of pushes it through and tightens it. So you want all the same size. But you're going to go ahead and this row, I would probably, because you have all this, it's still going to take, this one took 4, this one was 5, this one was 5. This looks like it's going to take 4 as well. So go ahead and put it all the way through. Make sure you tighten it really good. Put it around your bar. Remember, we're almost done. As soon as we're done, we'll be able to fluff it out and decorate it. The fun part's just around the corner. So go ahead and pull it all the way through. So our next tutorial I am going to do, guys, is going to be on the love flower, which is right here. We'll do that one next. And then we got the water lily we got to do. So, and yes, they are going to be all this weekend. Nice and fun. I do have a tutorial I'm going to be putting out soon. It's going to be on other ways that I do wreaths. And it's not a flower wreath. It's a simple, easy beginner's wreath for people. And it's not the pull through. It's a different one I do. But it'll be lots of fun. Also, I'm going to teach you how to crosses and how to attach your crosses. I do a lot of crosses for wreaths. And wooden ornaments, all kinds of wooden plaques. Me and my husband have been doing that for a while. I see everybody's now catching on and started doing the wood cutouts. So I'll show you how to attach it to your wreath and who to buy it from and what to look for and all that. Because you can get some of your wood cutouts that are unfinished from Factory Direct Crafts. They have a whole bunch of them there. And they're cheap. Very cheap. There's a guy on Facebook. His name is Nathan. I'll tell you more about him when I'm done with this wreath. He actually paints his. So, okay, so that was the last row I cut off. See how fat this thing is? It's huge. So I'm going to go ahead and trim these just a teeny bit. I wouldn't trim them too short because remember, as you pull to fluff it, you don't want it to be too short because then it'll come loose. Just enough. Because you're going to tuck it down. Scissors are right here. Okay, you are going to take your felt and you're going to put it on the back. Remember, we make it into a shadow box. So make sure that you tuck this under as much as possible inside it. Before we put that on, you are going to want a ribbon to hang it up with. You can cut a piece of ribbon long enough to make a tie on it. You do all this before we do anything else because we're going to be covering the back. So I put it under. Just like a shoe tie when you tie your shoe. And you don't want it too long, it's just enough to hang it on the wall, that's all. It's nothing fancy, nothing that's going to show a ribbon or anything like that. This is only to tie it on the wall, to hang it. That's it. Just make sure it's tight. Okay. And you're going to take little zip ties. We are going to put them around, and I would do probably at least 5. At least. If it's bigger, you're going to use more. The bigger the wreath is, the more you're going to want to use to secure it. So, sorry about that. It is a pain in the butt because it's so tightly done. So just go around. I'm just going to stick it around. Make sure you got it all covered up. Alright. So I do take and poke a little hole. Be careful you don't hurt yourself, please. Y'all can hear everything. Everybody's getting off work. Now, I use felt and I use your foam. This one is foam. And it comes in different colors too, so if you wanted to do red, you could, but we're using a snowman, so the white makes more sense to me. Like I said, you're going to go all the way around and attach it. Okay, so once we're done putting this on, you can see a little glitter everywhere. That's fine. Oh, it comes off. We're going to start from back here. We're going to pull them all apart. This is what we call curling because it's really tight. You pull it through, but it's not like a loose pull through. This is a tighter, so it curls. It's kind of cute after you get everything together. You're going to pull all of them apart, and you're going to go through the whole wreath. Each row, you're going to pull apart, and then you're going to shape your wreath. So as you can see, it's one big poof ball right now. So now, after you pull them all apart, this is the neat part. This is the part I like the most. You are going to pull through your green. And you do it on both sides. This is why I use 2 colors. I love it. So as you pull it through, you're going to shape your wreath too. So this is why I said it's important. So yeah, you make sure that everything is the same size. Some of them I forgot. There's so many, so I use the 4 rolls because of how fat and full it gets. You're going to go through everything and you're going to pull it through. Okay, so I got done pulling it through. See how it formed nice and pretty? You can play with this any way you want. This is the curls that you're seeing. You can pull it through on the sides. You can put as much green. You know, you pull it through and pull it out, and from the front to the back, all the way around. Form your pretty, pretty, pretty wreath. So now, you're going to apply your Christmas decorations. Now, snowmen are my favorite because of my Nana. So we're going to put the snowman on. Now it's foam. When you put this on, it stays on. So make sure you have it where you want it. So you're going to really, really, really cover it up with your glue. And you're going to hold it there for a minute. Now, I have done where I tied it down, and honestly, it gets all mangled up, and it just didn't work for me. When you're using your decorations, if you're using any type of decorations like Christmas decorations, you can put your little hooks on it and hook it through the fabric. So we're going to see what we're going to do after. And just give him a couple of seconds. He's done, and he'll keep drying. You just want to hold him in place while he starts to dry. So these are really cool. They got little clips on them. No glue. You get them every year. And you just put it on where you want it. Nice and pretty. I always put one here, and then one at the bottom. And sometimes I try to do a different color at the bottom too. There we go. And then I have, you know, your pine cones. And probably gonna, I don't know if I want to use the snow or the gold. The gold actually goes with the bells, so I'm going to use the gold. So you're just going to put a little bit of glue on it. And again, when you put these on, they stay on. You can't move them after that. So make sure it's where you want it. And you have to hold it in place. So, and I usually, you know, you don't have to have a lot. Most of these wreaths, I use 6, sometimes less than that. Because you still have your, I have snowflakes. If you want to use the different color snowflakes to put on it, you can, or you can use the white. It's really, when you talk with your customers, you give them options, and you can go any color, any style. It's nice and it's fun, festive. You can even have your kids help you, grandkids, children. They love this. Let them pick out the colors, let them help you decorate your wreath. It can be a family project. You could be making your own wreath. Get your children involved. Just don't let them do the hot glue, because if you get burned, it really, really, really hurts. So I would not let the kids use the hot glue. So let me grab another stick. Everybody knows my glue gun comes from Lowe's. It is their craft glue gun. It's good for wood. It's good for arts and crafts, but it's very, 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 very hot. So be very careful, please. So like I said, you're going to decorate it the way you want it. I don't even know if I'm going to use the snowflakes on this one. It's just so pretty. I like the colors. I love red and green together. My Nana's is blue and white, or blue and snow, because that was her favorite. That's how I came up with the whole thing. It's a tribute to the wonderful woman she was. I'm going to miss her this year. So here we go. I think I'll put one more here. I don't even know if I'm going to use the snowflakes on this because it's so pretty. It depends on what color wreath too, because if it's white and the teal, I definitely would use snowflakes because that's the whole theme, you know, the snow. Like I said, you can get the red organza fabric. It's called Reindeer at Joann's. They also have like a star fabric. It doesn't have the snow, but has little silver stars in it. They have it looks like snowflakes all the way through it without the snow. They have a whole bunch of different things. So your snowflake fabric comes out in October, right before Christmas. and that's when you buy it. I happen to be out of it. I went through a lot last year. I thought I had some left. I don't. So this year I'll be buying a whole bunch. Yeah, make sure you hold it steady for a few minutes because this is a nice and fun and festive, classy. So like I was saying earlier, I did one without the snowman on it. I did a white sleigh on it instead of the snowman. Gorgeous. You can do a Santa Claus head in the center. You can do anything. This is your shadow box. So it's not just snowmen. Just I happen to do the snowmen because of my Nana. And but that's where it started, was from her. I've done the white sleigh. I've done all kinds of different things, and it was lots of fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. So I don't think I'm going to use the white snowflakes on this. I'm going to go ahead and use these. So what you can do is you can take your little Christmas hooks. And what I do, you can do it too, is you take your little hooks and you put it through. And you're going to hang it just like you would Christmas ornaments. Goes through the fabric and it doesn't hurt the fabric either. Kind of hangs down. So we're going to do this. You're going to go up. Just put it right through it. Doesn't hurt the fabric at all. Twist it. Work through your mesh. There you go. You can put them all through it. I kind of like these. A little bit dark, but it does the job. So we're going to go ahead and put some more on here. I have 6. I'm going to go through it. This is one of my favorite things to do, is make wreaths for Christmas. I love it. I do have another Christmas wreath I am making. Will come out next month. I have an actual shape for the Christmas magnolia, and that will be coming out. It's an off-white with a little bit of gold in it. Not a hard flower to make at all. Not at all. I also have a Christmas center. It looks like a Christmas tree with all my pollen. And it goes in the center of a flower too. That will be coming out too. I have a whole bunch. So please share, like, and subscribe so I can keep making these for you guys and show you what I came up with. I think she might have broke. Nope, that was me. Sorry about that. Make sure that it's nice and secure. Just got a couple more. I'm not going to do a whole lot. Like I said, I like it the way it is. It's beautiful. Now, if I had another tree, I'd probably put one in there too. I don't know. I don't think I have one. Have to look around. Okay, so I'm all done putting that up. Nice and pretty. She's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So I wanted to talk to everybody about crosses, wood cutouts, like my cross with the hands on it. Actually, my husband did that. I drew it out and he did it for me. But we don't do that for anyone else. There's a guy named Nathan Arter that actually does wood cutouts and paints them. Beautiful work. Absolutely beautiful. He's on my page and he's on Facebook on all the wreath pages. So these are crosses that I use on my wreaths, my faith crosses. And you can get them from P. Graham Dunn. He is on Amazon Prime and he also has his own shop on Google. So, and anybody can buy them. You don't have to have a business license to buy it. So Amazon Prime. So I am going to do a tutorial about putting crosses on your wreaths and about wood cutouts on your wreaths. I've been doing this for a very long time. So it was nice to see that everybody's starting to do what we've been doing for a while now. But the crosses are huge. And wreath art, like I said, Nathan Arter does the wreath art. So I will have a tutorial on something like this in a few weeks to show everyone. I should have some art pieces by then that we can put up. You can also buy your artwork, unfinished artwork at Factory Direct Crafts. Has cutouts that are unfinished that you can paint. Let's see what else I want to give you. I always give you guys treats. So our next, that's it. Our next one's going to be on our Love Flower, and then the Lilac will be our next tutorials. And they'll be out tomorrow. So I hope everybody has a good Friday night. I will see you again tomorrow, and happy crafting. Have a blessed day.